So you're probably wondering what's going on here. Well, this is my base design. You can make it fairly early. Of course, I've just added a few embellishments that are probably not going to be in your repertoire, but I just thought it would look better. Torches, easy enough to make. Cobblestone blocks, everyone can make. A little bit of clay and a little bit of rock. So you go mining for some rock and clay, and you build your little tower here first. Little tower, 1, 2, 3, 4 high here. This is the 5th height here. This is the 5th level. Right? It has a ring all the way around it that prevents spiders from climbing up to it. Now we have a space of 6 in between, and then we build another pillar. We build this one up to the same level as here, which is 5. Again, a space of 6, and then we build another pillar. Another space of 6, and we build another pillar. So once you've built your pillars, you're going to join them with a walkway that looks like this, well, is roughly the same shape as this, but is made out of full blocks. So you make it out of full blocks, and that will be down in here, this area here, the same height as those torches. All right? And once you have that built, not in this section here, but in the other 2 sections over here and here, then you will also build down again 1 more layer so that it's now 2 layers thick. So now we start on the walls. So now we start building the walls up on the outside, and those go all the way up as high as we can, because we're going to need a space of 2 for someone to walk through, and also a roof on top. So we're looking for another 3 height above that 5. So this is at the 5 level. So this is 6, 7, and 8. Right? This just has a little bit of an overhang again to prevent spiders from climbing in and getting on top. Because we don't want spiders to get on top, because spiders can jump and they could make the leap over to here, or at least from here down to here on our platforms. We have lots of torches. At this point, once you have your platforms joined, we come over here and we modify, and we only put the single little beam blocks in here as opposed to the full blocks. So we use those and we join this area up. Again, this one's only 5 apart now because this overhang here is making it the 6th block. All right? So we have a 5 of these little pillar blocks, posts they're called, and we put those down each side. On top of those posts, we put wooden trap doors. All right? You can upgrade those later if you'd like, but that's what you need. And now your base can be accessed from this whole long corridor up into your base. Right? If you had a ladder or something on the back, this is the time to remove that, because you don't need that ladder anymore. I usually have a ladder going up the front here while I'm building, and then once I'm done, I take out the ladder, and I take out the last piece of ladder up here, and I put a block in to block it all up. So let's see how the zombies will come in. So this shows you the 2 wide. This is actually, above this would be the walkway, which is 2 wide. And then there's a wall, 1 wall section on either side. This is the 3rd block underneath the walkway. This is a 2-layer thick walkway. Right? We make it 2 layers thick because later on there are some monsters that, or zombies, that can actually cause some significant damage to 1 layer. And if they do break your 1 layer, you're going to lose all your water that's in there. So carrying water with a bucket is kind of laborious so you can get it all moved in. Right? So this is the bigger block area here. We've got a little bit of an overhang again. And this is a long wall. I'm just going to actually fly up here. So this is actually to keep any zombies that do manage to get up on top of the roof here, for whatever reason, they can't get past this. Right? This will stop your spiders and normal zombies from getting over it. Right? This is to prevent anything from happening that we don't want to have happen. Here we can see where our sleeping bag is and our storage containers. This is on a roof with a fire pit And we can put more fire pits and forges and whatnot up here. All right, let's go back to the beginning here. So the zombies are going to come and they're going to try and get to you, and you're probably working in your little tower back there, but you leave the trapdoors down so that they can actually get in nice and easy. So I've lost my water in here. So you leave this down. That makes them think there's this beautiful path all the way to you. This is too wide because we'd like to have it too wide just to be on the safe side in case one side does eventually break down. And especially during a horde night and that, when there's lots of zombies coming, you can just open it up, right? Zombies do think they can walk along here, but they always fall down. It just happens. Alright. So, when the zombies come up, as you've seen, they try to come in through the corridor, which we've lined with barbed wire. Now, instead of the barbed wire, you can also take a bucket and start filling this whole area with water. Water, again, is hard for them to walk through, and when they're trying to walk through the water, it makes it very difficult and it slows them down, gives you a better chance to shoot at them. For the most part, you can stand here, you can crouch a little bit, you can see the whole entrance, and you can shoot at them from here. When they start getting too close, or they're starting to rush you, you move back a couple steps and you open up the trap doors. What this does is it forces them to try and come towards you. When they do, they will fall down, and then they will cycle around and try to come back up again. All right? Try to leave as many of the doors down as you can, but when they start to come in very hot and very heavy, or you start seeing spiders, spiders can jump 3, so you want to be at least, well, I think they can actually jump farther, so that's why we have it 5. And what we have here is these are blocker doors. We can put these up, protect ourselves, and we can also swing them down, so give ourselves some protection if we really want to. Now if we want to shoot, we can lift it up, shoot through here. When it starts getting a little bit dangerous, close the door, and you're protected again. I will generally leave one side closed like this so the zombies can actually try to come across, and then I will close my doors here for protection. Later on, when you get higher tech levels or you get better materials, you can actually make these out of steel, or even better, you can make them out of vault doors. If you make the lower one out of a vault door, it makes it almost impossible to get through for the zombies. And if you have this open and you're shooting, if you've moved beyond your typical normal bow at that point, and you have a gun now, this becomes just a killing area, and you will be racking up experience so fast it will make your head swim. So again, use hatches instead of doors. If you have to fall back to here, we have the same arrangement. Again, all of these can be opened for shooting or closed for protection. So if we step outside for a moment, we can still come around here. If we want, we can still shoot from the side. You can bring your friends here if you like. They can still have great target practice. Shooting at the zombies as they come here. The only problem you have to remember is if you start shooting at the walls, you will deteriorate the walls, and you will take out your barbed wire first. Once your barbed wire fails, the zombies will start coming faster. That's something to always keep in mind. When the zombies are coming, I would suggest keeping at least the bottom row closed. That does slow them down, and it prevents any type of weird and wonderful jumping that they try to do. That's also why there's an overhang over there to prevent them from jumping. And there's an overhang here, which again prevents some of the jumping from happening. I hope this has been somewhat informative. There's actually space under here. What we have is we have a solid base of 4 and another base on top of that of another 4, and then we left it open. And then once we got up to this level, the 5th level, we actually put in the blocks and to make it a solid floor. That's to save yourself some bricks and whatnot. It should take you roughly 500 bricks or so to build this. And that's a good amount of mining you've had to do already for rocks and clay. But again, it's not impossible. And it's something you can do even as just a single player, or if you're in a small team, it works really quickly. All right? I hope this has been informative and helpful. And again, if you really want to, you can put more things in the bottom there. I would suggest putting a 3rd layer in the bottom that's solid, and then use that area in there for whatever you need. That will give you a nice floor in there. And again, you can actually put trapdoors in all of those, but I've found that I've accidentally opened up a trapdoor and stepped into the hole and fallen quite far down. So I just leave one trapdoor here as a door and one on the roof. So there's my door. If you want to shoot, you can shoot through here, or you can hide. If you see a policeman or something coming, close those doors, let them do their thing, then open them up again, and away you go. You're off to races and shooting again. All right, see you later. Oh, you appear to have a customer.